You think Earth is dangerous? Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes? Adorable. The universe has planets where it rains molten glass sideways at 5,400 miles per hour. Planets hotter than actual stars. Planets so dark they absorb 99% of all light like a cosmic black hole. And planets literally being eaten alive by their own sun. Today, I'm taking you on a tour of the 10 most terrifying planets in the known universe. We're ranking them from absolutely horrifying to I wish I never learned this existed. And just to make it fun, I'll be placing you on each planet so we can watch exactly how you die in excruciating detail. You're welcome. But first, if you're not subscribed, hit that button right now and turn on notifications, because after this video, YouTube might recommend you some relaxing space content to recover. But I don't do relaxing. I do truth. So subscribe, buckle up, and let's visit hell. Multiple versions of it. Let's start with number 10, Tres 2b. Also known as the planet of eternal darkness. This planet is darker than coal, darker than charcoal, darker than your soul after watching this entire video. It reflects less than 1% of the light that hits it, making it the darkest known planet in the universe. Here's what makes this nightmare fuel. It's a hot Jupiter orbiting insanely close to its star, which means it should be bright and glowing, but instead it's pitch black. Scientists have no idea why. The leading theory? The atmosphere contains light-absorbing chemicals that trap all radiation, creating a planet-sized black hole of despair. Now, let's place you on Tres 2b in a modern spacecraft. As you enter the atmosphere, your instruments immediately fail. Why? Because there's no light to navigate by. You're flying blind into an oven. The temperature outside hits 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, not hot enough to vaporize you instantly, but hot enough to slowly cook you alive while you can't see a single thing. Around the 30-second mark, your heat shields crack. At 60 seconds, the internal temperature of your ship reaches 500 degrees Fahrenheit. You're sweating, panicking, can't see anything, and the metal walls around you are glowing red hot. At 90 seconds, you pass out from heat stroke. At 2 minutes, you're dead. At 3 minutes, your corpse is cremated inside the ship. Survival rating? F tier. You lasted 2 minutes in complete darkness while slowly roasting. Absolutely miserable. Number 9. Gliese 1214b, the planet where water becomes your worst enemy. This is a super-Earth covered entirely in water. Sounds peaceful, right? Wrong. The water on this planet exists in a state that shouldn't be possible. A superheated, high-pressure steam ocean that's denser than liquid, but not quite solid. Temperature? 446 degrees Fahrenheit. Pressure? Crushing. If you dove into this ocean, you wouldn't swim. You'd be compressed into a human pancake while simultaneously being cooked like a lobster. Let's run the simulation. You're in your spacecraft descending toward the planet's surface. At first, everything seems fine. You see thick clouds, maybe some mist. Oh, it's just a little humid, you think. Wrong. Within 10 seconds of entering the atmosphere, the pressure starts to build. Your ship's hull creaks. At 20 seconds, the temperature spikes to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Your cooling systems fail. At 30 seconds, you reach the water layer. Except it's not water, it's a boiling, viscous fluid that's part gas, part liquid, part nightmare. Your ship is instantly crushed like a soda can. Congratulations, you've been compressed into a cube, roughly the size of a shoebox. But let's say you're wearing an indestructible suit and step out of the ship. What would you experience? You'd be floating or sinking,
through a thick, glowing orange haze. You can't tell if you're in an ocean or an atmosphere. Everything is dense, hot, and suffocating. You're suspended in a superheated steam bath with no up or down, no light, no escape. Just you, alone, forever. Survival rating? F tier. Crushed and boiled simultaneously. Absolutely unpleasant.
Number 8. HD 80606b, the planet with the worst mood swings in the universe. This planet has an elliptical orbit so extreme that every 111 days it goes from being 79 million miles away from its star to just 2.8 million miles away. For reference, Mercury is 28 million miles from the Sun at its closest. So what happens when a planet gets that close to its star? The temperature goes from a manageable 800 degrees Fahrenheit to over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit in just 6 hours. That's not a climate, that's a blowtorch. And here's the kicker. When the planet swings close to its star, the atmosphere doesn't just heat up, it creates supersonic shock waves that blast across the entire surface, generating winds faster than the speed of sound. Let's drop you onto this hellscape. You enter the planet's atmosphere during its closest approach to the star. Bad timing. Within 5 seconds, your ship's exterior temperature hits 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The heat shield starts to glow white-hot. At 10 seconds, the shockwave hits. Your entire ship is violently thrown sideways at Mach 5. Everything inside, including you, is slammed against the walls with bone-crushing force. At 15 seconds, the hull begins to melt. At 20 seconds, the ship implodes from atmospheric pressure. You survived 20 seconds. But let's say you're indestructible and step out of the ship wearing an advanced suit. What do you see? You're standing on a glowing, hazy surface. The sky is a violent, swirling storm of orange and red. Then, out of nowhere, a wall of heat slams into you, traveling at 3,000 miles per hour, sending you tumbling across the sky like a rag doll in a hurricane made of fire. You don't die, but you wish you did. Survival rating, D tier. You lived longer than 20 seconds, but it was not worth it.
Number 7. 55 Cancri E, the so-called Diamond Planet. You've probably heard of this one. Oh wow, a planet made of diamonds, how beautiful. Yeah, no. Let me ruin that fantasy for you. Yes, the planet's surface is rich in carbon, which under extreme pressure forms diamonds. But here's what they don't tell you. The entire surface is also covered in molten lava that oozes like tar, and the temperature is 4,900 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, and the atmosphere? Mostly carbon dioxide with almost no oxygen, so even if you could survive the heat, you'd suffocate. Let's put you there. You enter the atmosphere in your ship. Within 10 seconds, the external temperature exceeds 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Your heat shield doesn't just fail, it vaporizes. At 15 seconds, the ship's metal frame begins to liquefy. At 20 seconds, you and the ship are molten slag falling toward the surface. But let's say you survived and landed on the surface in an indestructible suit. You look down and see glowing, oozing lava mixed with crystalline structures. You take a step and your foot sinks into burning tar. Every step is like walking through thick, sticky glue that's also on fire. You're exhausted after 10 steps. Your suit is covered in molten sludge, and the entire time you're standing on trillions of dollars worth of diamonds you can never collect. The ultimate, you can look but you can't touch nightmare. Survival rating, D tier. Technically survivable in the right suit, but absolutely miserable.
Number 6. WASP 121b, where it literally rains liquid metal. This planet is so hot that metals like iron and magnesium exist as vapor in the atmosphere. And when those vapors cool on the planet's night side, they condense and fall as molten metal rain. Temperature on the day side? Over 4,600 degrees Fahrenheit. hot enough to vaporize titanium. Let's run the sim. You enter the planet's atmosphere on the day side. Within 3 seconds, your ship's heat shield is destroyed. At 5 seconds, the entire craft begins to melt. At 10 seconds, you're vaporized. That was fast. But let's say you entered on the night side, where it's only 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. You step out of your ship in an indestructible suit. Immediately, you're hit with what feels like rain, except it's not water, it's molten iron. Liquid metal droplets the size of marbles slam into you at terminal velocity, splattering across your suit. You look up and see a sky filled with glowing orange streaks, metal rain falling in every direction. The ground beneath you is a reflective metallic ocean. And then the wind picks up. Supersonic winds carrying molten metal droplets at 10,000 miles per hour blast across the surface, shredding everything in their path. You're not just in a rainstorm, you're in a metal shrapnel hurricane. Survival rating, F tier. Even with an indestructible suit, this is psychological torture.
Number 5. Kepler 70b, a planet that should not exist. This planet used to be a gas giant, but it spent time inside its now dead star during the star's red giant phase. Most planets don't survive that. Kepler 70b did, barely. The result? A scorched, rocky core with a surface temperature of 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit. For context, the surface of our Sun is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This planet is hotter than the Sun. Let's see what happens when you land here. You enter the atmosphere. There is no atmosphere. It's been completely stripped away. You're descending directly onto the molten surface. Within 1 second, your ship's exterior reaches 15,000 degrees Fahrenheit. At 2 seconds, the entire craft vaporizes. You don't even make it to the surface. But let's say you're indestructible and standing on the surface. What do you see? The ground beneath you glows white-hot, brighter than anything you've ever seen. If you weren't wearing an indestructible suit, your eyes would melt instantly. The sky is a blinding, featureless white. There are no clouds, no atmosphere, no weather, just raw, unfiltered radiation pouring onto the surface. You're standing on the remnant of a planet that was literally cooked from the inside out, a planetary corpse. Survival rating? F tier. This isn't a planet, this is a scar.
Number 4. TOI 2109b, the second hottest exoplanet ever discovered. Dayside temperature, 5,840 degrees Fahrenheit. There are stars that aren't this hot. This is beyond planetary physics. This is approaching stellar temperatures. Oh, and it's tidally locked, meaning one side is always facing its star and the other side is in permanent darkness. But even the night side is unbearably hot because heat from the day side circulates through violent atmospheric storms. Let's drop you onto this nightmare. You enter the atmosphere on the day side. Your ship doesn't last 1 second. It's instantly vaporized. No explosion, no debris, just gone. Okay, let's try the night side. You enter in your ship. At first, it seems manageable. The temperature is only 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But then the storm hits. A wall of superheated gas traveling at 15,000 miles per hour slams into your ship, ripping it apart and scattering the pieces across the planet. You're torn limb from limb before you even realize what happened. But let's say you're indestructible. You step out onto the night side. The sky is pitch black, but the ground glows faintly red from residual heat. Then, out of nowhere, a burst of light appears on the horizon, a shock wave of heat traveling from the day side. Within seconds, you're engulfed in a firestorm hotter than lava. You're not burning, you're being atomized. Survival rating? F tier. This planet says no to your existence.
Number 3. Kelt 9b, the undisputed champion of heat, the hottest exoplanet ever discovered. Dayside temperature, 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit, 4,600 Kelvin. That's hotter than 80% of all stars in the galaxy. This planet is so hot that molecules in its atmosphere literally tear apart. Hydrogen molecules break into individual atoms. Metals vaporize instantly. The planet is slowly evaporating into space, losing mass every second. Scientists predict that in a few million years, this planet will be completely gone. Let's see how long you last. You approach the planet in your spacecraft. You don't even enter the atmosphere. Just being near the planet causes your ship's exterior to heat to 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The entire craft ignites and explodes before you get close. You lasted 0 seconds. But let's say you're somehow standing on the surface in an indestructible suit. What do you experience? The ground beneath you is a glowing, molten hellscape. The atmosphere around you is a shimmering haze of vaporized metals. You look up and see the planet's host star, a massive blue-white sun that dominates the entire sky. And then you realize you're not standing on a planet. You're standing on a piece of star material that hasn't collapsed yet. This isn't the world. It's a death sentence with gravity. Survival rating? F tier. You don't survive, you evaporate.
Number 2. HD 18933b, the most beautiful nightmare in the universe. From space, this planet looks like Earth, a gorgeous deep blue marble floating in the void. It even has the same color as our oceans. Except it's not water, it's glass. The atmosphere is filled with tiny silicate particles that scatter blue light, giving the planet its stunning appearance. But those same particles condense into molten glass droplets that rain sideways at 5,400 miles per hour in howling supersonic winds. This is the universe's cruelest trick. It looks like paradise. It is hell. Let's put you there. You enter the atmosphere, excited because the planet looks so beautiful. Within 5 seconds, your excitement turns to terror. Your ship is pelted with glass shards, traveling faster than bullets. The hull is shredded in seconds. At 10 seconds, the entire craft is torn apart and scattered across the sky. You're now free-falling through a storm of molten glass, moving at hypersonic speeds. Every piece of glass that hits you would punch through steel. But you're indestructible, so instead you just feel the impacts, thousands of them per second as you tumble through the blue haze. You look around and see the most beautiful sky you've ever witnessed. Deep cobalt blue, glowing clouds, stunning. And then a glass shard the size of a car slams into you at Mach 7, sending you spiraling into the abyss. This planet is gorgeous, and it hates you. Survival rating? F tier. Betrayed by beauty. The worst way to go.
And now, number 1. WASP-12b, the most horrifying planet in the known universe. Why is it number 1? Because this planet is dying right now, in real time. WASP-12b is in a death spiral with its star. The star's gravity is so strong that it's literally ripping the planet apart, stretching it into an egg shape and pulling gas off its surface in a visible stream. The planet looks like this, a grotesque, deformed blob being slowly devoured by its sun. Temperature? Over 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit on both sides. Atmosphere? Being stripped away. Surface? Molten and unstable. This planet is already dead. It just doesn't know it yet. Let's place you on WASP-12b during its final moments. You enter the atmosphere on the side facing the star. Immediately, you're caught in the gas stream being pulled toward the sun. Your ship is dragged along with the flow, accelerating toward the star.
At 10 seconds, you realize you're not going to the planet anymore. You're going to the star. At 20 seconds, your ship crosses the Roche limit and is torn apart by tidal forces. You're ripped from the ship and pulled into the stellar wind. At 30 seconds, you're vaporized and absorbed into the star. But let's say you landed on the planet's surface before that happened. You step out in your indestructible suit and look around. The ground is oozing. The sky is a swirling, violent mess of gas being ripped away. You look toward the star and see a massive stream of glowing material flowing from the planet directly into the sun. You're standing on a dying world watching itself be cannibalized. And then the ground beneath you cracks. A massive chunk of the planet breaks off and is pulled toward the star, taking you with it. You're not just dying on this planet, you're dying with it. Survival rating? F- tier. This is cosmic horror.
So there you have it, the 10 most terrifying planets in the universe. To recap, Tres 2b, the darkest planet. Gliese 1214b, the steam bath of death. HD 80606b, the temperature swing planet. 55 Cancri E, the diamond lava planet. WASP 121b, the metal rain planet. Kepler 7b, hotter than the sun. TOI 2109b, the ultra-hot nightmare. Kelt 9b, the hottest planet in existence. HD 189733b, the glass storm planet. And WASP 12b, the planet being eaten alive. After watching this, I hope you appreciate Earth a little more. Yeah, we have hurricanes and earthquakes, but at least we don't have molten glass rain traveling at Mach 7. If this video made you never want to leave Earth again, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because next week I'm covering the most habitable exoplanets, the ones where humans might actually survive. Spoiler, there aren't many. See you then, and remember, space is terrifying. Stay inside.